All right.
What is up?
What's up, everybody?
It's just a good Monday morning, man.
Yeah, it's a good Monday morning. Bitcoin Pizza Day.
Bitcoin Pizza Day, 13 years ago, like
oh
over a
my,
decade.
oh my good. Laying the groundwork for
Put
everybody.
that in perspective. My youngest brother's 15, so
Oh man,
that's
he was two
close
years old.
together.
Oh man, we're going to be waiting for people to pile in here. Let me get rid of some apps here. So yeah, if you guys are coming in, thanks for watching. Definitely watch us live here. We do this every morning, 8:30, Monday through Friday for our crypto morning chats. We're also live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And of course, we're live here on TikTok. Always, it's a live form. I'm going to be putting the link in our chat here. If you're all following us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, you can definitely join the link there. Link is also in the description as well to join the chat. If you want to join in and ask your questions away, or if you want to ask questions on TikTok, just comment there. Help us get some likes in here. Let's try to get some likes going so we can get shared and out to as many people as possible. We try to talk all things crypto, investing, stocks, real estate, business, whatever questions you may have. We got Cody here who kind of got me into the crypto world.
Hmm.
So, and he's been in it for quite a bit, and I've been in it since the December 2021. It's been a crazy ride. Learning lots of new things, lots of crazy things to talk about. This one, we're kind of going to talk about a little bit about Adam and Dot, but we also got a lot of great topics to really talk about this morning that's going to affect investing. One of the biggest things is how the Biden administration is greatly affecting inflation and is doing more damage than people actually realize. Hey, day two, number. Hey, thank you, buddy, for all your support. You also have a great day. Hope you're watching and learning. Ask any questions that you can, buddy. And we're going to get started here. If we could try to aim for like 1,000 likes this stream, it'd be really helpful. And if you guys could share it on TikTok, YouTube, or Twitch, or even Facebook, it would really help. And also, links are in our bios and everything for you to join our social media and ask us any questions. Although, if you do have a personal business question, you don't really feel comfortable airing it out on live, hey, no problem. Go to our Facebook, message us there on Simply Investing, and we can definitely answer those questions for you. But thanks for joining in. I'm gonna let Cody on the phone because he did kind of a lot of research. And actually, no, I'm not in prison. I'm actually in my sales office here
What?
for one of my businesses. So, but hey, it's a
That's
fair question.
hilarious, bro. That's a good
But it
laugh.
does look
I
like
needed
prison.
that.
I'm not gonna lie. This property is the worst here. It feels pretty bad. However, I do get some natural light, so it's not too much like a prison, but I appreciate that. However, hopefully in a year, my new warehouse location in Northwest Arkansas will be built, and I will be moving our podcast center over to there. So that'd be pretty cool to get that done. However, it's taking freaking forever. And as you know, if you've been on my live streams, I talk about jumbo loans. They are a pain in the ass to get, and right now that property is just climbing in cost. So it's going to be a while before I actually get that warehouse open. We're looking at 2025. So I still have a year and a half left on the lease here. I got a 2-year lease. So I just renewed it because we weren't going to have our place back over. Back and me together, but we got a huge warehouse coming because we took on about 3 huge contracts for things for my logistics company. So we got a lot of great things going on. I also have the description if you want to support my moving company, logistics company, as well as our um as our as our detailing company. Just got some social media there. It'd be really helpful. But thank you guys. Hey, if you need some money, hey, listen to us and learn how to trade. You can get that get your investing going, get everything going. You'll start earning some money. And you can do it with a lot less than you think. It just takes some time growing. But hey, thank you guys for joining in. What you got today for us, Cody?
Yeah, so I want to talk about Cosmos and IBC, which stands for Inter Blockchain Communication, and I just want people to know what IBC is. And we talk about Polkadot a lot, but we need to talk about Atom too, because every time you buy Polkadot or every time you buy Atom, you need to buy them both equally. Don't buy one. If you're gonna buy one, you got to buy both of those, because I don't think it's wise to go all in on one interoperability chain and then miss out on gains on the other.
Oh yeah, it's like I think Dot has a lot of work. Although we were talking about it yesterday, Dot what fell to the
It's
third,
actually so
third.
here's the thing on that chart. So they're actually at the same amount. They're at the same exact number.
Mm.
Just because atoms went up to match Polkadot's, it hit Polkadot to where it's at like number 3. But they're at the same amount though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And Adams, I think Adam came out after Polkadot, kind of in, I guess, into
But
response.
before we dive into IBC, which is Cosmos's technology, let's talk about Polkadot's inflation, because we're going to talk about both, not just one or the other. But a lot of people. There was a Twitter poll from one of the Polkadot devs, and here I'll actually send you that Twitter poll real quick.
Yeah, let me see here. So, and folks, Cody knows more about this stuff than I do. So, I don't. He does a lot of research. Um,
So one of the OG Polkadot developers, he made a question on Twitter. I sent you it on your text, and you can share it on the screen. Would you be able to do that?
yeah.
Okay.
Let
Um,
me let me just pull that up here. Got a lot of questions coming in through here for my
but
business.
he asked the community if the inflation was too high, and um, a lot of people, 54% said yes, and I think 46% said no. And then he asked like a question to
Mhm.
the people that said yes and a question to the people that said no. But the inflation is actually vital for the security of the network. Like if you didn't have that inflationary model in the network, then it would be less secure, it'd be more volatile to attacks. The inflation model was made for a reason. And eventually when you're in a bull market, and I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, the overall trend for Polkadot has been going down. The overall social narrative, what people talk about, it's gone down. I mean, we are in a bear market, but the volume is still above Atoms. I'm not saying it's better than Atom. I'm not saying you should buy it over Atom, but it's still higher than Atoms. And it's still talked about in some places. And the developers are still working. They're doing live stream, like you talked
Mhm.
about. They're video after video. They're working. They're moving in silence. They're not spending too much on marketing, but they are having big events. Um, yeah. So that question to the people who said no, we have a 10 figure circulating supply plus base unit of 10 DP totaling 20 units of potential precision. Is this enough supply for foreseeable future usage? And then to the people who said yes, where should the inflation model ideally be adjusted as to staking incentives attractive, but to limit the amount of dot being minted, treasury, block space, staking rewards, all of that.
Oh, okay.
And then that article pretty much it talks about, why the inflation is a good thing for the network.
Hmm. Let's go back over to that article there. Here, let me share this one here for you. So here we go. Now it is true that Dot is beating your average savings account. I think your average interest on your savings account is like point 0.5 interest for the year. So I mean, you're making like 9.32 after inflation. However, the code also increases the amount of dot you need to stake on a validator. So that helps to keep more and more dot locked up, so that it keeps the price at a level rate. That's what it looks like it's trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. The staking in a bear market, it's since there's not a lot of price action, what the
Hmm.
staking rewards do is it just stabilizes your investment pretty much. It almost kind of just locks some value in. And if the price drops, you're still getting staking rewards and you can
Hey,
still add more Polkadot via fiat.
hey, well, so hold on. Hey, shout out, Davis. Hey, thank you, buddy. Well, unfortunately, I don't know. I'm not that good at with my streaming there, Shiloh Davis. So once I figure it out and how to set TikTok up so I can stream it all together, but right now it's kind of like doing one thing on my laptop and then I'm doing everything on here. So yeah, we kind of pick up and then we drop off. But really, a lot of our main thing is we're trying to record this information for people to at least view back on it because we are kind of during most people's work times. So, but hey, thank you guys for coming in. It's just slow and steady. We've only been doing this for exactly a week. So, but thank you guys for your support. Definitely going to try and get everything going and so that we can keep growing the channel. Unfortunately, finance is one of those boring topics nobody wants to watch or listen to, and it's not very visual, I guess, to talk about it. But once I figure out how to share the screen onto TikTok, I think we'll start getting some traction there. But anyway, um, going back to what I was saying here, what Cody was saying is like the inflation is definitely a tool to help people. It helped to validate the network, and it's helped to
Oh,
build
and
validators on there because you got to stake through a validator on Polkadot, unless if you're staking through an exchange, which I wouldn't recommend because they take a significant portion of what you're staking.
I was going to say Polkadot does have more validators than Cosmos,
Hmm.
making it more decentralized. And yeah, Cosmos is picking up on developers, but what I like about Polkadot more, and a lot of people don't like this because it's challenging, there's a lot of issues, there's a lot of struggle in staking Polkadot. For your average retail investor, it takes a lot of you got to have a lot of Polkadot. I think it's like 364 right now
Yeah.
and to just earn rewards and then choosing 16 validators. You have to choose 16 validators that are legit, because if you choose a bad nominator and they misbehave, you could lose your dot. That's the risk you take in staking Polkadot. But you know uh, do your research, find the most trusted validators, and then basically it'll stake it for you in that validator,
Hmm.
and you don't have to worry about that validator misbehaving because they have so much total locked value. Cosmos, on the other hand, they're having an issue to where a lot of the big staking validators, they're the
Yeah.
ones with the most atom, making it more centralized. So
Oh yeah,
Polkadot's
definitely.
nominated proof of stake, you can't just stake it in a validator and let it sit there and just forget it. You have to. It changes your validators. It rotates, and you have to actively like participate, and then that creates more transaction fees that are going to the treasury. And what the treasury does is they use that money from the transaction fees, block space, all that for
Mhm.
development and the progress for the eco. I think it's a really good model, in my opinion. Is it slept
Mhm.
on? Yes. But is it a good model? Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely, and it's definitely something I see the long term value on it, but given how people view news, unfortunately, in this space, anything that's not, I feel like if you're not number one, you're not the best, and unfortunately, that's a very bad attitude to have. However, it helps us making good investments because, like Polkadot, with the news saying it's dropped to the third place, Adam's catching up with it. Polkadot's still doing a lot of work, and you can check out their YouTube. They actually have an actual YouTube
They're
out
having an
there.
event in Copenhagen. It's a big
Yeah,
event in Copenhagen.
yeah. So they're getting the validators on. They got the cash flow going. They got the right CEO in place. The Gavin went back to doing what he does best, which is developing and increasing the flow, increasing developer assistance and things like that, and enhancing the platform and the blockchain. So in the long term, Polkadot is set up for success, and right now that set up for success is at such a great discount at sitting there at what is it, like 5.35 right now, I think. 532. 532. Sitting at $5.32. It's actually less than a meal at McDonald's to get that to start your path to financial future. So if you think about it, you're
And keep
spending.
in mind, we're not promoted by Polkadot. We're
Oh,
not paid
absolutely.
shows or anything.
Yeah, we're
We're,
we're not
we're
paid by anybody.
we do a lot of research on Polkadot, and we like the fact that there's heavy incentives for developers. They're having events, they're actually talking to people. And at those events, I've never been to one of those, but from what I've heard, there's actually like people, like regular type of people there. They're not like, neckbeard Discord mods, or they're not like
Yeah.
super wealthy people, just like sharks just standing around, just waiting to make profit.
Mhm.
There was just I've heard at the last booth there was actually it was crowded and there was people genuinely like interested in Polkadot.
Yeah, and that goes to show you the amount of the support for this, but the price does not match the value that they're bringing. So even in a bull run, they might surpass that and go beyond expectations. And if you've been staking and dollar cost averaging in over the last year and a half, you are going to be making a significant return on Dot and as well as Adam. Adam hasn't been
Both of them are
performing.
very great.
Yeah, they're both very great, but Adam isn't hasn't doesn't have anywhere near the amount of growth potential as Dot, in my opinion. However, Adam has been more consistent on on
Keeping a value. It's been
keeping
more
value. Yeah,
consistent in price action. Like Adam last bull run, it was very frustrating to hold. It was
yeah,
weird.
it
Like
was weird.
it kind
Like,
of like I was like, what the hell? Because when the market would trade sideways in the bull run, I remember last November, October
give me
2021.
a second, Cody. Hey, can't pronounce your username there, but Kikwo. I hope I got that right. Um, when should I buy Polka? Probably right now. I would definitely be dollar cost averaging in. Uh,
Starting in right now at $5.32 compared to its $55 odds all time high.
mhm,
And even if it goes down to the $4 range or even late $3 range, you can just basically keep averaging down to where next bull run you'll be in a good profit and you'll be able to buy more dots where you can stake it. So that's a good thing to keep in mind too.
mhm. Yeah, and you you also got to remember too. I think you can stake it on an exchange if you don't have the 350 dot yet, or if you don't have the qualifying amount of dot to stake. Um, but if you can certainly stack your dot up and then move it over to a wallet to get to where you once you get to where you want to be. I recommend a Nano Ledger X because it's probably the easiest to stake Polkadot off.
Although Ledger's not a pretty name right now.
No, it's definitely not, but it's definitely a good wallet. I have it. I don't see any problems with it.
Despite all
However,
that drama, I still use my
mhm,
Ledger.
yeah, exactly. But I also do think that over the long term, the dust will settle. This will be a good Ledger will be a good buy, and I can't wait for Ledger to go public too. Um, it's definitely going to be a good company to get some money
Although
into.
that was pretty risky of them, man. They saw. I mean, from a business perspective, and keep in mind, I've never ran a business, but I could see it making sense because there are people you would think like the thought of it. It's more of those like the thought is nice, but it's on paper, it's good, but in reality, and the social stigma, no, it doesn't work. The
And
intent is there, but you never
yeah,
know. That's the benefit of the doubt. People look at that type of stuff like, oh, sharing your information, sharing your seed. Nowadays, especially
yeah.
since Edward Snowden, nobody likes the idea of sharing information, sharing seed phrase, even if the intent is, oh, to recover it.
Hmm. Yeah, I certainly understand it, but you got to understand they did that for to help retail investors because the common person they're scared. What if I forget or lose my seed phrase? My money's gone forever. So that's what you got to understand from their mind point. So they're trying to make it easier for
I
those.
think if we want the common, we talk crypto people talk a lot about, that the common person getting in and being able to easily, in keyword easily use, this stuff. It would take a lot of, it needs to take developer action for that to happen.
Exactly.
The developers, they need to make the layout easier. They need to, like, Polkadot.js. Like, if your average person went to Polkadot.js right now and they tried to look at the validators and tried to stake, they'd have a stroke trying to figure that shit out. Because I remember when I first got into Polkadot and I was trying to figure out the staking and the website and
Hmm.
Polkadot wallets. It was like complicated at first. It took me like 6 months of just like doing research and getting used to it to be fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Keyquo, what about render token? I haven't done much research on that. Haven't done much research on that. If
I've heard people talking about it.
got it pulled up here for a little bit. Render token is. Let's take a look at the way. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining in, Scott. What do you got for us? What question you got about crypto or investing or things like that? Oh, the floor is yours, buddy.
You have the flow.
You
Eric
have the
Mays.
floor. You have the control. You have the direction of where you want to take this. So, how do you want? What questions do you have for investing, business, anything you want?
I guess he lost connection. Who knows?
Well, anyway, to answer Q's question here, we got render token, which I'm looking up here because I honestly I haven't done any research on it. So we're just going to take a quick look on it here. It seems like they kind of launched in 2017 with ICO of 25 cents per token. We're sitting kind of right now at 248. If I just look at the graphs for the whole year, we seem to be moving in an upwards trend. So it's definitely looks like it's got some potential for some growth, but I don't know what the long term value is because I can't tell if that 250 is a discount or if it's not a discount.
Yeah, I haven't done any research on it, but I have people heard people talking about it. It seems like Rank Q and that are what people are trying to talk about for next bull run.
You know what? We can kind of set this up for our Wednesday evening live, and we'll talk about it then. But as far as the graph looks, it looks like it's it's on an upward trend because if you look at it, it kind of is following almost the same path as Bitcoin. So, however Bitcoin moves, it's going to correspond in a very similar manner. So, you could get a nice run this coming bull market
You know what?
next year, but I don't know if it's a discount price or not because you could be looking at it being $10 next bull run, or if the value's there, it might be close to 100. It's hard to say without doing enough research into it. But thanks for putting that on our platter because we don't stick to just a set amount of coins. We always we tell you guys put money where you
Open minded.
make make it exactly because we're open-minded anywhere we can be to make this money.
But I do want to say, and guys, I'm talking about myself. I'm not talking about what any of you should do when I'm trying to say this. But what I want to do is those tokens, like for example, like Rink Finance and Render Token. I just want to put $1,000 into both of those, just 1,000, not putting any more, just $1,000 into both, and just forgetting about them. Ring Q Finance and Render Token. That's my next play. Just $1,000 into both. That's a small amount for me. That's an amount I can afford to lose. So that's why I'm putting in $1,000 in both. Only 1,000.
Exactly.
But I hold Quant. Keep in mind, I hold Quant. I hold Polkadot. I hold my blue chip like coins that I'm passionate about, like Quant, ETH, Ethereum's gonna
Hmm.
stay. Ethereum is a household name, whether you like it or not.
Exactly. And Ethereum is the one that most people know next to Bitcoin. So it's kind of one. It's just one of those things that the retail investors, the average person, is all they know is Ethereum, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and maybe Shiba Coin, and probably now Pepe Coin.
Yeah, and Pepe. Yeah, those are the five that they all know about.
Yeah.
They
They
don't know
don't
about
know about all
Quant,
the other
Atom,
coins.
Polkadot.
Yep, exactly. Now, quant is definitely a sleeper because not
Oh,
even a
that's
lot of
tough.
investors are even talking about quant. And it's definitely a good pick to get yourself some quant in there. I think right now it's trading at $102. Cody and I have it.
I already built back up to 25, man.
Yeah, and
My goal
Cody's
is
already
100.
building up. Cody's got a goal of 100. I got a goal of. I'm just honest with you. I got a goal. I want to do 50. I want to get to 50,000 quant.
What?
I'm going to try and get there, but
How
it's going
much
to
even
take
is that?
that is a lot. That is a lot. Now,
Do it on
keep
your
in mind,
calculator.
yep, I'm pulling up my calculator. I got 50,000 times, I think it's 102.53 right now. So that's 5.126 million. So keep in mind that I run two businesses. I have investments in multiple other businesses, real estate, and everything else. So I can put like a couple $100,000 into crypto every few months, but that's not going to get me to that mark unless if we have that bull run in mid 2024 and quant does really well. However, according to the charts, quant's not going to do well until the later half of the bull run. At least that's what the charts are saying for it. But that's my goal to get to 50,000 quant because I believe that quant is going to be a major player in the coming years and is definitely something worth investing in, especially since some smart money are investing in. Ripple's working with quant, and you have big banks doing quant for you.
That's a big play, man. Like, shout out to you, man. Especially to you for shutting down that kid yesterday who came into your stream talking about how you were woofing about that in for competition. Like, we're not playing about this. We are doing very,
Mhm.
our own due diligence, and we're using our capital from whatever we're doing.
Yep,
And we're not telling you guys to do anything. We want you guys to watch us and make your own decision. But we're just pretty much bringing to the live stream what we're doing. Because me and Sal, we talk about this stuff every day.
hmm
We went to all the way to Vegas to do a work trip over there. And the whole time we were in Vegas in 2021, we were talking about crypto. And to this day, 2 years later, we're still talking about it. We want to show you guys what we're talking about.
absolutely. And excuse me, guys, I'm answering questions for my businesses while we're on the live.
What we talked about 2 years ago happening in the economy has it's coming a lot more slowly likely.
hmm
Like I remember that night, I think we went to that pizza place. We tried it, yeah, we got pizza that night. We were talking about just the economy like going downhill and
Okay.
there's more in detail. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we talked. I mean, we had hours, like 12 hours a day in the truck, driving all over the country as we were doing deliveries for my moving company, and we were just talking and doing things and going over things. But I guess I'm gonna have to cut this one a little short today because I'm getting a call from my mom who's with my dad who's in hip surgery. So I'm gonna answer that call, but we didn't really expect to cut this one off. It's a lot shorter than we normally do, which we normally run in a few hours. But I guess we'll make it up to you tomorrow because we'll get on a little earlier tomorrow and start talking some more things.
Man, I hope that all goes well.
Yeah, it seems like he didn't have any complications or anything, but hey, but thank you guys for your support. Like and subscribe, share our videos, share everything. We're on every day at 8:30, Monday through Friday for crypto chat. We're on Sunday at 8:30 for what's in your portfolio. Thank you, KQ, for all your support and everything. And hey, we appreciate you coming on and supporting us and asking your questions. And we always say this is open forum. But if you want to also catch our other videos, go to our YouTube channel, Simply Investing. It's all lowercase, Simply Investing 6638. There's a lot of Simply Investings out there, but look for the one with the blue graph with the black arrow. But thank you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. I really got to run and get that answered there. So, but thank you guys for all your support. You guys have a wonderful day. Stay sharp, stay safe, and respect the process. Come on, you guys.